Hey everyone, today I'm coming to you with a review on the brand new Marvel Legends comic Ghost Rider on the retro card back. Now this figure is very interesting to me because, don't get me wrong, this figure is awesome. I love everything about it. I have not been able to put this thing down over the last 2 days, even though I do have the older two versions. But what I think is even cooler with this figure and what sold me on it was the packaging. The packaging is just like insane, and we'll go more into that in the review. But speaking of that, great segue. Let's get into that. As always, before we go over the figure, I'm going to go over the packaging here. Damn, this is awesome. And it's awesome, because just subjectively it's awesome, but this actually makes me feel so much better about the future of Legends and what they're kind of doing. Obviously, we have the plastic repackaging now, which, you know, like it or not, it's here to stay, so complaining really isn't going to do anything about it. But what's interesting about this to me is Hasbro announced that all the figures on retro carded backs like this and vintage collection and stuff like this, whatnot, whatever it might be, is going to keep having the plastic because it's a part of the item. It's not really packaging, which I do agree with, but I also agree that that is with every figure in the line, even Galaxy packaging, but they obviously don't. But what I like about this is they seem to be making a whole bunch of new retro card backs with plastic over the last couple of months with the plastic free, which honestly, I see you, Hasbro. I know you don't have a choice. I know you have to do the plastic free, but I see your little rebellious nature there. I see you. I see you guys. Keep doing it. I'm here for it. But anyway, a little ramble there. Back to the packaging. We have the Ghost Rider kind of logo here, which I really like. I think this would have been cool if the warning thing wasn't here. I don't know. That's the one thing about the box that I'm just like, damn, couldn't this have been like under here or something? That just would have been a really cool piece to have. There's of course a warning. Ghost Rider on the top. I don't know what other figures they could use on this, but honestly, I really like the idea of just doing one-time characters on their own kind of card backs, like a Daredevil card back. I don't even know that exists, or, you know, I was going to say Deadpool, but we did get a Deadpool. Just interesting stuff like that. Now, the bio reads, wielding supernatural abilities and weapons from the back of his flaming motorcycle, Ghost Rider roams the mortal world as the Spirit of Vengeance. Spirit of Vengeance. Not the Engine of Vengeance, because that doesn't exist, okay? Know that. And you know what? Have a smile on your face while knowing that. Flame chain, I guess I should mention because, you know, I haven't really mentioned it in the other videos, but this is a good video. On the HasLab thing, sucks it didn't get back, but they had it coming. $350, stupidly overpriced. Even like $250 would have been a little pricey there, but $350, it's not even fathomable. So that's my 2 cents on that. But on this Ghost Rider figure, which I think is a good consolation prize for not getting the Ghost Rider Engine of Vengeance, I do want to get that Ghost Rider, the Robbie Reyes version eventually, and I do think they'll do that. This figure is very interesting to me because they've been doing this a lot with Hasbro figures recently, and people like me, obviously, I mean, not obviously, but at the same time, obviously, fall for it because we're collectors, and I personally have the two older versions, so, you know, you would think you wouldn't want this, but what Hasbro does is they do a little bit of different paint, and I do think this is the best design for the costume, and they give us these couple extra accessories which just make it so much better. He comes with the black hands, but he also comes with these insane, just bone fire hands, which something about it I just really like. And then the paint on the skull I think is the best it's been on these other figures. I was looking at them, and you guys will see them later in the video, but this one is definitely a lot better, and you get this awesome Robbie Reyes head sculpt. So just those like couple little additions, and obviously this really sold me on this figure and the card back. But that's what Hasbro does. I always would have thought I'm not rebuying a figure just because it's a, you know, complete re-release, even though this kind of is. They did a little bit of different stuff here, which I'm completely here for. So like I mentioned, he does come with accessories. He does come with his whip. That's not what it is. It is a chain. Why did I call it a whip? I don't know. I did. But it is a chain, and it is looking great. Just like the old one, it is the same sculpt. I think my old one broke, if I'm being entirely honest, so I don't have that one here with me to compare it to, but this does look great. It is a little difficult. This is probably my main gripe with the figure is this hand. I really want to have them displayed with these hands, but this hand, like there you can see it holds it, but it is very, very, very loose in there. Just because of how thin this kind of area to hold it is, it definitely isn't easy for him to hold it. But to, you know, do that properly and for him to hold it, you do get these hands, which we got with all the other ones, and they work perfectly fine. Great grip in there, not coming out. But with this, it's just, and see, it's already down, and it's just weird. And then this, it's cool to have an open hand. I am happy to have this, but it would have been cool to get 2 open hands and 2 gripping hands instead of these, in my opinion. That's just me, though. Now, the other accessories that he's included with is flame effects, which look great. You can put those on his chain, put them on his wrist, do whatever you want. These 2 hands, which, you know, cool, whatever. And then this awesome Robbie Reyes head sculpt. Not Robbie Reyes. Oh, Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze. Got the name mixed up there. I'm just so used to hearing Robbie Reyes over the last month with that HasLab. That looks very, very good. Love everything about that. Just I can just see the pain, just the flame coming from his eyes. That would be painful, I tell you. Now, a lot of people have been wondering if you can do a head swap kind of as like a different stages of Sentry's transformation, because we got that skull one. Maybe this could be like an in-between, but it would look good. If you are committed to do that, you can do that. Let me just lower it down. That would look completely fine. However, the ball joint is too big, which, you know, is a problem. I am completely understanding too, because, you know, I've collected Legends for a decent amount of time now, so I understand that not all ball joints, you know, go into the holes and whatnot. So not a big deal, but if you want to do that, you definitely can just Dremel it out a bit. It's not too much of a difference, but it is a difference enough for it not to work. But back to the Ghost Rider figure, it is very simple. That's why I spent a lot of time on the accessories and stuff. It's the exact same as those older ones. It is a great body. It does do the job well. What I do like about it, and it doesn't really necessarily have a use for this, is you can get those arms going in very, very, very far, which I had this head on, and I had him holding a gun, and he just held it with complete ease, and it just looked very cool. So I don't know, if you want to have Ghost Rider with a gun, you can do that. This also does come off. I'm not going to take it off here, but it's very easy. You just take the head off, get it over here. It's easy. It's very easy, but it's on there pretty well at this point, so not a big deal. Oh, if you look at that torso, you can see some translucent orange. And then the neck also looks good, because let me look here at the older versions. Yeah, I'll show them in the comparisons, but their necks are completely unpainted, whereas this one, see, just little things like this just makes this figure, I think, the best Ghost Rider they have made. But yeah, and then the jaw goes up and down. But other than that, I don't think there's too much more to go over. So without further ado, let's get into the Ghost Rider articulation. So articulation on Ghost Rider isn't anything crazy, but not bad whatsoever. It actually has some cool surprises throughout, but the head goes up that much, down, side, side, full 360. No extra movement on that ball joint. It's kind of just this. What you see is what you get. And then the jaw goes down that much. If you want to be weird, which I'm sure there's some weirdos watching this, you can do that. You can do that, which is cursed, and I am sorry I had to show that to you, but I'm very curious. Now that head is kind of loose, but no, it's not. It's fine. It is perfectly fine. But regardless, arms go out that much, down, full 360, in that much, and back just as much, or a little less, but still very good. Upper bicep cut, double jointed elbows pinned, and then the hands go up, down, full 360. All sets are on a horizontal hinge, so it's the same throughout. Ab crunch goes back that much, forward that much, waist cut, full 360, leg kicks forward that much, back splits, not that far, upper thigh cut, double jointed pinned knees, and no boot rotation. I was kind of expecting that, even though I had these figures. I haven't really played with them in a long time, but this one captivated me to get those other ones out and kind of look at all the details on them. But anyway, the foot kicks up that much and down that much, and ankle pivot. But yeah, I don't know, really thought there was boot rotation there, but there ain't. Not a big deal, but still not the greatest. But it is time for comparisons. So here we have the Rhino Build-A-Figure Wave Ghost Rider from what, 2016? Very, very old figure. 2015, mind you. 2015 this wave came out. Damn. So that's an old figure, same body. And then the Ghost Rider with the bike from, I want to say 2018. I think that's what I'm going to go with. 2018 or 2017, the first wave of Rider Series figures, which I kind of miss. I hope we do get that Hawkeye bike, that rumored Hawkeye bike that's been rumored for like years. I think we are getting it this summer, but anyway, that is off the topic. Here, you can see them all together. You can see all their similarities and their differences. Honestly, I didn't really think I needed this one after I got these. These are very cool, but this is like my main Ghost Rider in my collection now. These are going to have other uses. I could put him kind of on the mystical shelf. He's going to go with the Thunderbolts, or, you know, vice versa. I think he could go on the mystical shelf. I like those colors more. I don't think that really fits with Thunderbolts. But this, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with Ghost Rider. I know a little bit about him, but this never really was like the color scheme for me personally. I know this set has gone just crazy high in price recently. But this, I know you guys want to see. The bike, which if you don't have, I wish you the best of luck getting. I remember, that's the thing with Marvel Legends. I remember, I actually think I got this thing on clearance for what, like 50, 40 bucks? I got the Black Widow one for like 30. And now it's worth, I don't even want to know, but that looks awesome. I love the hands on this, especially. I think that's how I'll have it displayed. Even though that blue line works with this, that looks so cool. That looks so cool. I hope maybe, now that we didn't get the HasLab, they might re-release this, but they'll have Robbie Reyes on it. I don't know if he ever used a bike or only his car, but I think that would be very interesting for sure. Now, besides the bike and the Ghost Riders, oh, I guess I'll show a closer look at the head sculpts. That's the main thing I wanted to show here. And they all are compatible, so you can switch them all around. So this one looks, I'm going to be honest, terrible. Like, just really cheap. Just a couple white paint apps on there, and that's about it. I don't even know if that can be considered white, but whatever. This head sculpt actually, I don't know. I think this one is close to being the best, but this one I just think, because of the flames that are very obvious in his eyes, I really like this one a lot more. And this one does have some shading, but at the same time, the rest of the figure isn't, you know, my favorite. But maybe I might switch these around. I don't know. Maybe I will. I'm just making this video so long, aren't I? Sorry, guys. I'm famous for doing that, but that looks very good. And that does actually not look that good. Actually, it looks fine, but just because of the bones on the hands, whatnot, doesn't work best. And the neck, of course, but I'm going to keep that on him. Now, with the other figures that I want to compare him to, I kind of just thought of some generic comic characters. Not that they're generic, but we have the comic Black Panther, which I've had that way for about a month now, and I have been meaning to post the videos, but I am not going to yet. I'm going to wait for the movie to come out here in under a week now. I already got my tickets, very excited. But there is, oh, you can see off the set, that is breaking the fourth wall. But here we have Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Black Panther, and Deadpool. This is my personal Fantastic Four. But yeah, that is all the comparisons. Let me speak properly. Comparisons for the Ghost Rider. And I actually do want to show this first before I go into my final thoughts. I don't know. I really like this figure. I don't want to end this video yet. That looks very cool. But now, final thoughts. So my final thoughts on this Ghost Rider, as you can tell throughout, is, hey, if you have those two older ones and you're content with those, I personally don't think you really have a need for this. If you don't have a Ghost Rider at all, what are you doing? This is perfect. You're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it. My friend Gavin got it. You guys are familiar with him. And at least to my recollection and what he's messaged me, he really likes this figure. He's been putting it on a stand, and this is his first Ghost Rider. So this is a figure that's not necessarily for me, even though I love this thing. This is for people who don't have a Ghost Rider. And of that fact and of that matter, I do think this is a great figure to get back out there. And I don't think you guys will be disappointed if you don't have this figure. And if you have it, I think it is a fine addition to the collection as well with those accessories. However, overall, I think I'm going to give him a 8 out of 10. I think this is a very good figure. 8.4 out of 10. You know what? We're going to go a little specific there. 8.4. That head isn't, you know, the main one, but I really like that head sculpt. That looks great on him. But yeah, please let me know what you guys think of this Ghost Rider in the comments below. Do you have a Ghost Rider? Are you planning on getting this one? and thoughts on the HasLab, I guess, because it's kind of the only video to talk about that in. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye, guys. Oh no, I'm turning into Ghost Rider. I don't think that's how the heck goes on.